Hello and welcome. Today we're looking at another one of my amplifiers, and this one has a lot of history. This is a Bassman 10 made in about 1978 or maybe 79, and it's one of the first big real amplifiers I had when I was very young. This was probably my second or third amplifier. I don't know, and I don't really remember offhand where I got it, but it's heavy. This thing, it has casters on it, as you'll see here at the bottom of the photo. And thank goodness, because I use those time and time again. It has one handle on the top, and that is not an easy chore to lift this thing on your hip and carry it upstairs when you need to. You can see it has two channels. So this is the bass channel. The manual is very confusing when it comes to these things, because it says something about the regular channel and the normal channel, and you can see the normal channel on the right there. They both have the same volume, treble, middle, and bass controls, but one has a deep control and one has a bright control. Anyway, long ago in one of my first bands, Accolade, I ended up trading or selling this to my bass player and good friend Jeff Hirsch. And many years later, I ended up trading him a Galen Kruger, really nice 15-inch amp for this, because it was just so much lighter and easy for him to carry around to gigs and things than this. Plus, I wanted to get this thing back. It had a lot of sentimental value. It really sounds nice. It's a really great, clean amp. It does have a master volume control. You know, it says when the master volume is set at 10 and the master volume control is adjusted to the desired level, maximum distortion is achieved. There's really no distortion to be had on this thing. This is just a super clean amp. If you did have a Gibson or a humbucking guitar on the front end of this, driving it with the volume all the way up and the master volume kind of down, you might get a little bit of hair on it. But as you can see, with controls kind of at the mid with my Telecaster, it just has a really nice, clean sound. Now, these things are often poo-pooed by purists, but honestly, I think it just sounds great. It's 2G6L6 GC 2GC6L6 tubes are the powerhouse for this thing, and this thing takes pedals fantastically because of its clean and straightforward approach. There's no reverb, there's no tremolo, vibrato, or anything like that. It's just a very straightforward bass amplifier. But since it's loaded with four 10-inch speakers, it can really cut through the mix with a guitar just fine too. A lot of guitar players play through Bassman amplifiers. That's nothing new, but the Bassman 10 in particular didn't get a lot of love back in the day, and it still kind of doesn't. A lot of guys will convert these things to like a Marshall circuit, which is fairly easy to do, as I understand, but I really like this as a platform on its own by itself. The two channels are very distinctly different than one another, and it's very useful. You can get some good bass response and some good treble response out of this. You know, it kind of reminds me of my twin, honestly. I think it's more like my silver-faced twin than anything else out there. And you'll see in 78 they have a line recording and the output tubes matching. That's basically a bias control. It's what I'm going to say, a soft bias control. It doesn't do the hardcore bias that you might need if you had really mismatched tubes. But if your pair of 6L6s is pretty close, this is going to do the trick. You can even do it by ear according to the manual. What does it say here? It says, the control makes it unnecessary to use. Best balance is obtained by setting the master volume to 1 and adjusting for minimum hum level. So whatever that's worth. And there's the back, very nondescript. A great amplifier. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoy the demo. Take care now.